sign, we're going to complete everything. You know, we built over 500 miles of wall, but we're going to secure our border. If we didn't have that wall, forget it. And by the way, Mexico paid for a lot of it. You know, they had 28,000 soldiers that they paid. Couldn't get them to pay for the wall because there's no mechanism to do that. How do they pay for a wall that we're building? You know, there was a little legal problem. But they paid much more because they paid for 28,000 soldiers along the border that did a whole beautiful job, you know, with the bullets going both ways. Pancho Villa, did you ever see? Pancho, they're less politically correct than we are, I can tell you that, and they did a great job. And we're going to do another thing. We're going to be signing something. Before I get to the top step, I'm seriously thinking about doing this. We'll knock out TPP. We'll do that. It'll only take an instant. But we're going to be signing to do something else. Drill, baby, drill. That's what we're going to be signing. You know, I love these guys. You know what these people are? These are front row Joes. They've been here for, like, some of them 100 rallies. This isn't a rally. This is just a little get-together. You got to see these rallies. They're bigger than ever. So here, you guys have to split this out. See what that says? Trump Caucus Captain. Can I give it to them? Do you mind? Okay, here. Thank you very much. So you guys figure it out who gets it, you know? I have another one here. We'll give it to a real caucus captain, right? But we're going to sign that. Our military is fantastic, what we did. You know, don't forget, we defeated ISIS. We knocked them out. People don't realize. It's supposed to take 4 years, and we did it in 4 weeks. But we're going to sign some of these things before I get to the top. I think that would be a cool expression. In other words, I don't want to wait to get to the top of the steps and go home and change. First Lady, you have a different suit. I'd like to be a little comfortable. No, we'll sign before we get to the top of the steps. On the border, no more coming in unless you come in legally. Very simple. Very simple. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful chant, USA. And somehow they associated with me, which is pretty sad because that means a lot of people, they don't associate. It's like Biden. We've got to stop the MAGA movement, MAGA. You know what MAGA means, Joe? If you asked him, what does MAGA mean? I don't know. It's radical. He goes, it's radical. No, it means make America great again. That's all it means. We must stop this radical movement. We must stop this radical movement to make America great again. We're going to stop it. As president, I traveled all over the world fighting and winning on behalf of Iowa farmers. Worked hard with that because you were really behind the 8 ball when I got here. When I came here originally 7 years ago, you were absolutely getting decimated. I made new farm deals. I got the USMCA done. That's Mexico, Canada, because they were killing you. Mexico and Canada was killing you. And we got rid of NAFTA, which was the worst trade deal ever made, and we replaced it with the USMCA, and now you're doing great. The best trade deal ever made. In fact, it was such a good deal that the farmers that are from Canada and Mexico and the, frankly, Mexican and Canadian government, Canada wants to renegotiate the deal. Mexico wants to renegotiate the deal. Isn't it nice when you make a deal that they want to renegotiate? Problem with us, we made NAFTA. It was bad. You know that they had typos that were bad typos, like on numbers where you're paying much more. And they could have easily corrected it just by saying, I'm sorry, nobody bothered to correct it. So you went many decades with a NAFTA deal with typos where you were paying more because nobody wanted to correct it. That's how weak, lazy, stupid we are. The NAFTA deal was the worst trade deal in the history of our country, and the USMCA is probably the best. Although I'd say the deal with China is good. The deal with Japan I made is very good. I renegotiated all those deals. I took on communist China like no administration in history, bringing hundreds of billions of dollars pouring into our treasury. when no other president had gotten literally 10 cents. Not one president took in 10 cents. I took in hundreds of billions of dollars. And no one gets abused on trade worse than American agriculture for some reason, yet no other president lifts a finger. Ron DeSanctimonious, by the way, was very bad as a congressman to farmers. He was very bad. I mean, look, I can only say it. He was very bad on farmers, and he was totally against ethanol. Now a miracle happened. He's in favor of ethanol. But you know, one thing I learned about politicians, and I've known it for a long time, whatever they come out with first, that's where they end up. So they're going to, come out in favor of ethanol all of a sudden out of nowhere. He was very bad on ethanol, and he was very bad on farmers. He was against a lot of different things in the Farm Bill, and I got those farm bills passed quickly and effectively, and you got your money, but you got that $28 billion, and that was the greatest thing, I tell you. So my guys say, please, sir, don't take it for granted that you're going to win Iowa. It doesn't sound good. So when I say to them, of course it does. I got him $28 billion. Am I going to? Who the hell else would you vote for? Now, there may be some people that don't like my attitude, but my attitude is what gets us there. You know, they said a lot of the... I don't know if you've seen, they have a lot of this... you don't mind when I go off this thing. It's so much more interesting, right? But they have a lot of people that say, we want Trump policy without Trump because we don't like his personality. And then somebody who's actually a brilliant commentator, they said, here's the problem, that Trump policy doesn't work without Trump because they're never going to be able to get it. Right? Under my leadership, we will have a rebirth of loyalty to the American farmer starting at noon on Inauguration Day 2025. And not only the farmer, manufacturers, everything else. To defend our farmers, I will pass the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act. You know what that is? If China or any other country makes us pay a 100 or 200 or 300% tariff or tax, we will make them pay an identical 100, 200, or 300% tax right back. And that will solve the problem, and we're going to take in a lot of money, or all those taxes will disappear. Right now, they charge us 100%, 200%. I put a tremendous tax on their cars, and it really hurt them. And as you know, China's not doing well right now. They're announcing their economy's bad. That's because of the tariffs I put on. And I was nice on those tariffs. I'd only charge them like 50 to 100%. They were lucky. But I would have gotten a lot less nice if they want to play cute, because what they're doing now, they're treating us like children. They're not treating us with respect. They always treated us with respect. Right? And I liked President Xi. I got along with him until COVID. COVID was a step too far. But I got along, I thought he was a great guy. I thought, he's heading a country. He's for China. I'm for the USA. So I understand that. I mean, that's the way it goes. But I always got along well with him. I got along well with Putin. That's a good thing. He would have never gone in. But I got along well with Putin. That's a good thing. He's got many, many nuclear weapons. And, the next war is going to be a nuclear war, and that's called obliteration. And we have a man that can't put two sentences together negotiating for us. We have a man that, as I said, can't find the stairs off this platform, and he's going to save us from nuclear war. We have never been in such danger, in my opinion, as we are right now, because we're not a respected country anymore, and we have a man that doesn't have a clue. Doesn't have a clue. You better.